Let's talk skin tones. Yes. So I've been in the Fox's Den practicing darker skin tones. I'll call this mid skin tones and then lighter skin tones. So this is going to be a three-part series on how I colored all of these faces and these skin tones. You ready? Let's go. All right. So I am going to break it down step by step how I created the skin tone and the makeup on this wonderful individual here. So I wanted to use a lot of different um, art supplies because I have so many. So when I made this skin tone, and this is so funny, I actually looked at a video of someone applying makeup. So in this version of me applying skin tones, I'm going to lay down a base first. And that base will consist of, this is a distress watercolor pencil. It's called Vintage Photo. Then we have a Neo Color 2 called Golden Orchard. Y'all know what I'm saying? Golden. And then we have brown. Now, what I was trying to achieve was like a brown that had like a golden um, highlight to it. That's what I was going for. And I had tried several different blends or mixes, and this one came as close to it as possible. So what I do is this right here is it's a disposable palette, watercolor palette. And if you've been to the Fox's Den before, you know I use these a lot. And I just kind of like, broke it up into sections. Now this is a distress watercolor pencil. It is. And I think it's Tim Holtz. But yes. So I really want to make use of my like watercolor crowns. So if you have like watercolor crowns or, even if you can, match this particular color, whatever color you're trying to use for your individuals. And I'm so happy that now I can do like three different skin tones. That is definitely, that's growth for me. It really is. So what I did was took my little brush and I mixed it up. I mixed the colors together. And as I'm looking at this right now, this is a little bit too golden. I can just kind of tell from the mistakes I made before I started this video that this is a little bit too golden. And what I want to do is I want to add a little bit more brown to it. So I'm going to do just that. Add a little bit more water. All right, and that's a little bit better. Now, this paper that I'm using is cardstock, and it's smooth cardstock, okay? It's no ridges. It's very smooth, and it's like a neo bright white cardstock. I actually got it from Walmart. I did. Now, what I'm doing is I really want to water this down. I really want to water it down because I don't want to just put my brush down and, it makes this really dark spot, boom, on the page. I really want to water it down. Now, if you're wondering why I'm mixing it on this palette per se this way, I initially started out by taking each crown and trying to apply it like one at a time. And I just thought about something. I really need to put something on my desk so that to make sure that the camera's focusing, because a lot of times when I don't have any color down yet, it'll keep jumping in and out, in and out. All right, so hopefully that'll help it out. I got to cover up her eye for right now, but we're focusing on her skin tone. All right, so camera, focus on that, please. Amen. All right. Okay, I think I was saying that this was smooth cardstock. I actually got it from Walmart. And I do have some watercolor paper, but because I'm going to be using charcoal pastels or charcoal portrait pencils by colorrr, I just wanted to just use this smooth cardstock because I have found that they work really well for me in what I'm trying to do on this type of paper. So, yes. So it is November 2025. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I do. I do. I had a wonderful time. I went to my son's house, colored with my grandkids. They made a great dinner. It was absolutely wonderful. Now, the first time I did this, I really didn't have any issues with streaking. Ooh, okay. And I also didn't cover her eyelash. Now, these pictures were like a lot larger, but I shrunk it down for the video. Like, I think this is it printed at 70% as opposed to 100. Now, when I do these videos like this, the images that you see, I will definitely put them in my Ko-fi shop so that you can practice them. So, so when I was looking at the video on the individual applying makeup, she put her foundation over her entire face. So I was like, okay, let me do that. It's so funny. I should have put a comment on her video that I'm not looking at this to apply makeup. I'm looking at this so I can color skin tones better, just to get some different, ideas about how to approach it, because I do it several ways. But this time I'm going to lay down all the color first. We're just going to say the foundation. I'm going to have to mix me up some more paint. But yes, I like to apply it light at first, making it very, diluting the color, and then coming back again once it's dried this first time. Awesome. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to apply another layer. I'm going to mix some more paint, and then I will be right back. All right. So I applied another layer of, I'm just going to call it foundation. So this is my foundation for this picture. Again, those colors that I used were golden, OCHRE, and then I used vintage photo. That's from my distress ink color pencils, and then a brown. And I just mixed them together because I was trying to get like a golden brownish situation going. So we're going to see. Now, based on my notes that I have here, I used, for her eyeshadow, I used my apple green color erasable pencil for her eyeshadow. So let's give her some eyeshadow really quickly. And her name is Chrissy. If this is your first time stopping by the Foxes, then I always have to give a name. I'm not sure why, but I do. I like to. All right, some apple green. There we go. I'm not sure why I did it in this order this time. I guess because in the beginning I was working on three different faces at the same time. This one I'm like, I'm breaking the video up. That's too much. So then I went in with my mechanical pencil. This is black, and I added it just a little bit, made the eyebrows darker. All right. I just had an idea, but I'm not gonna do it on this video. I was like, ooh, I should add color to their like eyebrows, and like have one part could be green and the other part could be, man, I tell you, I'm doing the most. I love doing the most. All right. So one thing that I did was I actually went in and gave her some eyeliner, and I just kind of kept it like mid. Now, on this particular picture, I did not like the way I did the lashes. Let me bring this over so you can see it. Okay, this pencil just acting up. Like, I don't know why that came out so blunt on the end. Now, what I did use was like a small drawing pen, and sometimes it works, they work out really well, but it didn't in this case. So I am going to use this pencil this time because I definitely want to make sure the lashes are looking, black, because I know I kind of went over them a little bit when I was applying the color. Okay, I think I did a better job that time. Awesome. Okay, definitely. I'm not ready to do it with this drawing pencil just yet. I love how this part right here goes. All right, so now let's just reinforce her little small lashes on the bottom. And ta-da! There we go. Now on this particular one, I think I gave her like light brown eyes. I think that's light brown. But on this one, I'm just gonna go in the theme with, I'm gonna make her eyes match her eyeshadow this time. Let me reinforce this a little bit more. And if you have not watched that video on eyes and lips, oh wow, go back and watch that video. Shout out to I don't like the people might not like their name used, but I got a before and after, before she watched the eyes and lips video and after, and you talking about nailing it. Oh my gosh, I gotta have her back in the den. Amazing job. I'm so proud. Okay, those eyes are popping. Okay. I love to put things up next to each other. Can y'all see that? Man, I tell you, shout out for the color contacts. Yes. Okay. I might not. Let me just go reinforce the circle around. I didn't do that on the other one. Now that one's looking a little thick, but I'm not gonna obsess about it. I'm not. All right, so let me go back in. Okay, leave it alone, Crystal. Leave it alone. All right, now let's do her lips. I'm gonna have a great time doing her lips. Now for her lips, I used three different colors. I did. Okay, three different colors of pink. This is our mechanical colorrr pencil. All right, and that I use a darker color for the outline of the lips. I'm giving this paper a little bit more time to dry too. If you're wondering like why she doing the lips and everything. I don't like to I will say this, it dries very quickly, but I don't like to put the blow dryer on some of these things because it has that, I call it ashen look. But yeah, very matte, ashy matte look. Awesome. Want to bring it up some. Okay, awesome. All right, so this is the mechanical pencil. I think this is fuchsia. All right, so then we want to go back in. Okay, it doesn't say. This is number 13. Then we want to go in with our, is it like peony pink? So we had our, that pink and and this fuchsia pink too. All right, so the other fuchsia went next. So the goal is to put the lightest color closest to the teeth. I'll just say that. All right. And that was not right. I almost got myself. I switched up the pencil. Don't do it yet. Okay. And then let's just take this other one right here. I want to blend all this in together. Looking good. Looking good. All right, so I'm not going to put my white highlight on it yet because I don't want my hand to hit that and then mess it up. All right, so now what I did was for the highlights, all right, I took a caramel, and this is the color erasable pencils. I took that caramel, no, that is camel. Lord, I said caramel. Let me make sure. Yep, let me just make sure again. Okay, that is camel yellow. Mm-mm. And do we have desert yellow and light peach? We need light peach. So my light peach was my that light peach. That's eggshell. Hold please hold while I find light peach. All right. So what I did, and let me show you on this one that's already complete. I've been testing some colors out. Is I went in with the camel yellow, all right, around here. But then my blending color to blend it out was this light peach. Because mind you, this is like paint, but I still need to, like blend it into here, and that could be done a little bit better, but it is a highlight. And then I went in certain places and just added a little bit of golden yellow, okay? Because again, I want that honey, like how like people's skins have like skins, Lord have mercy. People's skin, everyone has like an undertone. So that's what I'm trying to graduate to in my skin coloring endeavors, okay? Step by step. Okay, so here we are with our caramel, and now this person, I did make her color a little bit darker, so we're gonna see. Yep, it still can be a highlight color. Awesome. And again, this is my color erasable pencil. They do really well on smooth cardstock paper. Kind of went up by the ear. Just little different areas where I can think of where it'll be a little bit darker, or I want to highlight. Awesome. All right, it's coming together. And around her jawline. Now, I know coloring skin tones, man, because it used to be very challenging for me. I'm telling you, I would just get one color and that would be the face, and I would just keep it moving. But then as I desired to, like level up, that's when I started just kind of like, watching videos to try to do better. Okay. One thing that I want to do is just have consistency because sometimes, like I say, sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. Sometimes the face comes out looking good, and sometimes she look like a monster. So there you go. It's like, where's the consistency? But I guess we're like that with our coloring pages too, because sometimes a page is like, yay, and then sometimes it's like, woo, okay, don't rip it out. But yeah, just turn. Just keep turning. Just keep turning here. And on her cheek. What's up, Chrissy girl? You coming together like a fine piece of leather. Yes. And last time I just kind of put this down. And then I went back in with the light peach And this is a Prismacolor light peach because they are just perfect for especially blending a color onto a paint. Because basically this is like, like a watercolor pencil that I used first. I just wanted to look like a little bit blended, not like, oh man, she just colored on top of that and boom, that's it. Can we get it to blend effortlessly into the skin? Can we do that? Let's see. You're doing such a good job. Okay, so I might need to make it a little bit lighter. There we go, I think. I think I'm feeling better about that. I'm like, oh Lord, it don't look like she got a mustache or a beard, does it? All right, let me move on before I overthink it. Oh my goodness. All right, let me come up here. So I know a lot of people don't like, like they might not like coloring faces, but do you have coloring books that have faces in them? And do you just turn past those pages? I mean, if you do, I totally get it because me trying to tackle water, normally I just turn past the page, but I'm trying to graduate. But I would like to know. Now, if it's like a really small face, I don't be doing all this to they get the one color treatment. How about that? Again, just trying to blend this skin, this contour, because that's what they called it in the makeup video, a contour. So I'm going to blend this in some more so it doesn't look like a 5 o'clock shadow. Then we're going to come back and give her her undertones. Now let me put some finishing touches on her lips. Okay. All right. Looking at the other picture. Oh, I hope that look good. If not, I will definitely color back over it. All right. Sometimes it take a minute for it to start looking the way that I want it to look. But let me just make lipstick just a little bit dark. All right. Lips done. All right, so let's add those that yellow undertone under her eyes. Again, this is the desert yellow from the erasable pencil set. And I just went in under her eyes and just added a little yellow. It's amazing how different the eye color can make the page look. Same page though, exact same page. Now I want to color in her earring. I had like but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to take this. I bet it's under here. Nope. I thought it rolled over here. But it didn't. Gonna color this little earring pink and she's gonna be good to go. All right. Well, this is Chrissy. She put in her green contacts for this episode of Skin Tones. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of this. I am definitely enjoying taking coloring skin tones to the next level. This is how I started coloring. My love for coloring portrait-like pictures and hair and clothes. So yes, I have definitely come a long way. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Let's just look at these. So this is her with the darker eyes, and I put the little lines in this one, but I didn't put them in this one. Well, maybe I'll add that real quick. Hold, please, hold. That's real quick. Oh, okay. I think because sometimes I like to add them and sometimes I don't. Oh, okay. They need to be added in this case. Look at that. What a difference. I'm not sure about that white dot, but we're gonna roll with it. All right, thank you so much for stopping by the Fox's Den. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button so other people can find out about the Fox's Den channel. Thank you so much to everyone who came to my coffee shop and dropped some money off. I appreciate that so much. Of course, everything that I get just goes back into me buying coloring supplies. All right, be sure to look for part 2 of this 3-part series. Like I always say, I'm gonna get better and better and better because practice makes perfect. Keep it foxy. Peace. Skin tones, yeah.